Hey guys, today I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about Budo Buki, or the weapons of Budo. I'm not going to cover all of the weapons today, but I'm going to cover most of the ones that people are familiar with. So if you're familiar with Budo, we have some of the arts that come from the ninja lineage, and we have some of the arts that come from the samurai lineage. As such, we have some weapons that come from the ninja side, some weapons that come from the samurai side. So first I'm going to talk about the Wakizashi here. Alright? The Wakizashi is essentially a shorter katana, and the difference between a Wakizashi and the ninjato is that, as you can see here, the blade is entirely the length of the saya, or the sheath, whereas with the ninjato, the blade would be slightly shorter than the sheath so as to be drawn out quickly. So this is the Wakizashi. Most people are fairly familiar with this. Next we have the hanbo. This is a 3.5-foot wooden staff. You have the hanbo at 3.5 feet, you have the jo at 4.5 feet, and then you have the bo, or rokushaku bo, at about 6.5 feet. Here we have the kusari fundo, or weighted chain. As you can see, it's just a chain with 2 weights on the end. This is used to swing, to strike, to capture, entangle, etc., etc. Here we have the kyoketsu shoge, essentially a knife with a sickle on it here. And this is just a training version. The live version of this would actually be sharpened all the way around here. But since we don't want to injure any students, we leave it unsharpened. Here you have about a 12-foot chain, and this can either be chain or nawa, or rope, and then a ring here at the end. Either one of these can be swung and flung at the attacker. There's actually a trick called throwing the knot, where we would launch this ring at the attacker would catch it, thinking that they've bested us, and in turn we actually end up throwing a knot down the line and tying up their hands, in which we can pull them in and use this blade to finish them off. Here we have the Schuko, or hand claws. A lot of people are familiar with these, but contrary to popular belief, these are not primarily used for climbing. They can be used for climbing, but they're primarily used for combat. You can actually block katanas, if done properly and trained properly, with this steel band here, but they're mostly used to inflict a lot of damage out during combat. And then you have the version of that, the ashuko here, that goes on your feet, just like this, essentially tied around your tabi or your zori, whatever you're going to be wearing at the time, and they can be used for gripping on ice, for combat as well. This is the kaginawa, or grappling hook, and I have it disconnected from the rope right now so you can see it a little bit better, but you can put all kinds of thicknesses of rope through this. This is primarily used for climbing, but just like the Schuko, can also be used for combat. This kaginawa weighs about 3 or 4 pounds, and it's got fairly sharp points on it. So if you fling this at an enemy, it's going to cause quite a bit of damage. Here we have one of our projectile weapons. This is the fukiya, or blowgun. Traditional fukiya are actually made out of bamboo. This is a more modern version that's made out of steel. You can actually, with the fukiya, you can poison the darts. You can do all kinds of things like that that the ninja side of the house used to do back when they would have to assassinate maybe a daimyo or something like that, and they wanted to do it stealthily. Here we have Tetsu Vichy, or caltrops, as some people call them in English. These are essentially little sharpened prongs that you can drop on the ground behind you if somebody is pursuing you when you're trying to flee, essentially causing them to step on them and injure their feet, thus ceasing or halting the pursuit. They can also be thrown as a distraction as well. One of the things that I don't have here showing you today is Metsubushi, which is a blinding powder that's used for attacking the eyes, and I'll go over that another time. Here we have a staple of the ninja side, or the ninja lineage that a lot of people are familiar with, and that is the Senban Shuriken. You have a couple different types of shuriken. This is the Senban, or the flat four-pointed shuriken. It can be thrown this way or overhand this way. There's also the bow shuriken, which is essentially a sharpened pencil that's usually thrown overhand this way. It takes a lot more practice to throw the bow shuriken. Last but not least, we have the kama here, or sickle. This actually started out as a farming tool, but quickly became used as a weapon from the ninja side of things. And this can actually cause a lot of damage if used properly, especially when dual wielded. Alright, so that's some of the basic weapons of Budo, some of the basic Budo Buki. There are a lot more, and I can go into how to use each of these in their full curriculum and systems in different videos. But while I've got you here and we're on the subject of weapons, I would like to talk to you guys about another sword that you have available to you, and that is the sword of the Spirit, the sword of the Word of God. Just like we train with this Wakizashi here, to be proficient, we also want to study the Word of God so that when the need arises, we can use the Word of God to slay the enemy, which of course is Satan. So it's very important that while we are taking all the time in the world to train with our physical sword, that we also take some time to study our Word and be proficient at our Word so that we're able to use that when the need arises. I thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. If you'd like to check out my website, I'm going to leave a link down in the description. If you like the video, leave a like and feel free to subscribe. I'll be uploading a lot more videos in the future. Take care and God bless.